I am legally insane. And I just spent the last 31 years of my life trying to obtain a Sega CD. I've been going to garage sales all over the country, by the way. I've been to garage sales in Alberta. I've been to garage sales in BC. I've been to garage sales in Ontario. I've been to garage sales in just about every city you can think of. And I've never seen a Sega CD. And I'm trying to obtain one for cheap, by the way. I ain't paying no full eBay price. I don't pay full price. I don't buy anything for full price. Very difficult task. 31 years checking eBay, Craigslist, Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, trade shows, retro game stores, your mother's basement. I visit your mother every now and then, every Friday night just about. She's never had a Sega CD. I checked my mother's basement too. I've never found one in there either. I was hoping maybe by some miracle I got one for Christmas and it was stuck in the attic somewhere. That happens sometimes. That's how I got my sealed Ninja Turtles. 3 of them. I also spent 31 years killing people. Yeah. Went to prison for 6 years. Solitary confinement. And I still didn't have myself a Sega CD. But I finally got one. I paid $150 for this. Came with 2 controllers. Steal of a deal. I'm going to jail again. Second I left, so I found this on Facebook Marketplace. I went and picked it up. Came with 2 controllers. Let me show you the controllers. Came with all the hookups. Mint condition controllers too, by the way. The guy said that he specifically gave me the best controllers he had. So he's selling a whole bunch of other stuff. Old retro game collector / reseller as a hobby. He's not a professional. Mint condition controllers. He said he threw his mint condition controllers in the bundle. 2 controllers. All right. We've got a Sega CD with the Sega Model 2 console. This is all one big giant bundle. Came with Sonic 2, and he also forgot to remove a game from the actual Sega CD itself. This is Power Rangers. So I got this for free. $150 Canadian for this entire thing with all the hookups. This will easily sell for at least $350 with everything included, with the games. In fact, I've seen consoles sell for over $350 without the Power Rangers game. Power Rangers game is worth, $15, maybe 20 at best. Loose CD. So what you guys don't realize is that when I say that I've chased this console for 31 years, I'm not exaggerating. It just so happens that I own many Sega CD games, but I've never had a Sega CD console. The same way that you see 2 Sega Saturn games right here, Die Hard Arcade, Sega Saturn, Die Hard Trilogy, Sega Saturn. I don't own a Sega Saturn, but I would like to own a Sega Saturn so that I can play myself some Die Hard Arcade one of these days. Best arcade game ever made. Best beat 'em up ever made. Well, one of the best. Arguably the best, actually. Does it beat King of Dragons? No. Okay, second best beat 'em up ever made. Well, in previous videos, you may have seen another stack of games. I've taken them off to the side here because those were my Sega CD games. And I can finally play them. There's not a large library with the Sega CD. And most of the games aren't very good, but it's a unique piece of history. All of the games are very unique, and even the bad ones are still good. They're so bad, they're good. Hell, let me show you one right now. I bought this a long time ago. Supreme Warrior. Terrible game. This is an FMV fighting game, full motion video fighting game. But a lot of people also don't know how to play this game. They think it can be played like a fighting game. You can't play FMV games like a normal game. It's impossible. They just can't design them like that. So certain things are designed to happen at certain times. It's an FMV game. It doesn't change. It's not Street Fighter. So people think that you can go in this game and just start punching and kicking and you'll win the match. That's not how it works. You got to learn what move to do at what time. You know, maybe every 30 seconds in, the guy's going to do a jump kick. Well, you got to block it at the right time. You can't just punch him and he's not going to do the jump kick. No, he's going to do the jump kick. You got to learn that you got to block at that time and then maybe you can counter punch. You got to learn when your hits will be effective and when your blocks will be effective. Very, very difficult game. That's why a lot of people complain. And it came like this too, by the way. I don't know if this is how it came originally. I'm pretty sure I got this CIB, or it claimed to be CIB. So this is actually what the inside looks like. It's just 2 loose discs. There's 2 CDs. Probably because those FMV, it's a full-on, everything is FMV made. So probably, you know, takes up a lot of space. So they had to do 2 discs. Very, very cool game. Very, very cool. It's a kung fu fighting game. Really cool storyline. Got mixed reviews. Some people said it was great, and other people said it was worse than, you know, worse. I think they called it a pile of wet bricks. I don't know what that means, but it's bad. That's what it means. It means the game's bad. Yeah. So I've owned that for years. I bought that a long time ago. I bought this a long time ago too. What a gem. One of the rarest games on the console. Revengers of Vengeance. Revenge is sweet. They aren't. Also says fight or die. They're trying to get like some comic book crap. It's kind of 90s cringe. Freaks, freaks, freaks in the bottom corner there. Back of the game looks awesome though. Great art. Beautiful art. Beautiful pixelated graphics. This sells for $161 on price charting Canadian dollars. You know, you're probably looking at $200 on eBay, CIB, good condition, at least $200. I bought it a long time ago. I paid $60. You know why? You know why I bought it a long time ago? Because I knew it was going up. That's why. And also I wanted it. It's a fantasy RPG fighting game. So it's a fighting game with RPG elements. You get an open world. You increase your stats, so you level up your character, train your character. You get money, currency. It's an RPG fighting game. That's what it is. Unique concept. The game's not all that great, but very, very unique. Very original. They've never made anything like this. I've never seen anything like it. Great little gem. And I bought these 2 games a long time ago in a bundle. $5 each. I didn't check price charting to see what they're going for now. Star Wars Rebel Assault. This is a on-rail shooter that uses footage from the movies. Very, very cool game. Front of the case came off. Friggin' awesome game. And the thing about the Sega CD and Sega, anything Sega, any console that's on a Sega Genesis and up, I don't care about the Master System, but you throw any game on a Sega Genesis, especially a Sega CD, a Sega Saturn, or a Dreamcast, it's automatically good. Like, it gets bonus points just because it's Sega. This is a Sega CD, guys. I don't think you understand what you're looking at. This is Surgical Strike. This is another on-rail shooter, I believe. Haven't looked at this one in a long time. Oh, wow, look at this. You're in total control of a highly maneuverable hovercraft. Charge enemies straight on, turn to explore new paths, or spin 180 degrees to face an attack from behind. Wow. Okay, so I'm guessing it's an on-rail shooter, but you can kind of spin around and stuff maybe. So there's enemies behind you, enemies in front of you. They're trying to make it feel like you're not on an on-rail shooter. So I'm pretty sure it's an FMV on-rail shooter, something like that. Very, very cool. Surgical Strike. Paid like $5 each for these games. And I bought them without even owning a Sega CD. I didn't even own this thing. Look at this thing. Look at this beast. This is a beast. Two power cords. And by the way, for those that don't know, in order to play the Sega CD, you have to make sure there's no game in the Genesis. So when you hit the power button on the Genesis, it will default to the Genesis. But if you take a game out, then it knows to then default to the Sega CD. I had to look that one up because I was wondering why the hell my Sega CD wasn't working. I was getting pissed off. I was about to go friggin' drive back to the guy's house that I bought this from. But I just YouTubed it. I figured it worked. I figured. So there's 2 more Sega CD games that I own. This is Thunderstrike, the best game on the entire, one of the best games on the entire console. Still dirt cheap too, by the way. I paid $6 for this. Steal of a deal. It has recently sold as high as $30 back in the summertime. August. Was commonly selling for around $30. It's recently come down a little bit. Cheapest right now on eBay is about $20 Canadian. With your shipping, and then you're going to pay taxes. But yeah, it's come down. Let's just say it's worth about $20 right now, maybe 15. I bought Sonic CD a long time ago too. $25 Canadian. Steal of a deal for loose disc. I don't care about CIB when it comes to Sega CD. I'm just here to play some awesome, rare games that are a real piece of art. Sega CD has got 90s written all over it. Early 90s. Just screams early 90s. This is the first time that we got actual real music. CD quality music. In fact, Terminator for the Sega CD, it's one of the best games on the console, one of the best games ever made. What's his name? Tommy Tallarico? Tommy Tallarico, that's his name. Famous guy did soundtracks. Intellivision Amico guy. He's distanced himself from that though. He did the soundtrack for Sega CD Terminator. And actually, the developers asked him, they didn't like the music he was doing because he did real music. Real, actual music. Not video game music, not chiptune music. And this was at a time when this was a brand new concept, the fact that you could do real music. And they approached him, they didn't like it. They said, hey, this doesn't sound like video game music. This sounds like real music. It doesn't fit. This is a video game. We asked you to make a soundtrack for this video game called Terminator. And that's when Tommy countered and got into some arguments with them and said, yeah, you're right. But we don't need to make chiptune music anymore. This is the future. We have CDs now. We can do CD quality music with real orchestras, real actual techno beats, etc. And that's what he created. And the soundtrack he created was a huge hit. Absolute friggin' masterpiece. I also have 3 other Sega CD games that I had in a video a long time ago, pickup video. I think I paid $10 for this whole lot. Yeah, $10. I remember now. $10 total. So that's $3.33. Batman Returns. It's worth a lot more than that, buddy. $3.33. Batman Returns, one of the best games on the console. Dragon's Lair, holy crap. I forgot I had that. $3.33. And Chuck Rock, Sega CD. $3.33. So that's my entire Sega CD collection. And I finally have myself a console. I can finally play these games. And by the way, Supreme Warrior, you need a six button controller. Remember that in case anybody out there wants to get this gem. Really fun game to play with a buddy just for a laugh. And if you're legally insane, you could try to beat it yourself. I wouldn't recommend it. But you could certainly give it a go. Another interesting fact, when it came to Sonic CD, the North American team changed the soundtrack. And they did a hell of a job. They created one of the best songs ever made. They didn't like what the Japanese had created. They delayed the release by 2 months, and they rejigged some of the soundtrack, and they also created a theme. They wanted a theme song for the game that they could use to promote the game. And they created Sonic Boom. Now, not only Sonic Boom, one of the best Sonic songs ever made, one of the best video game soundtracks ever made, but put yourself back into the 90s when that game came out. And knowing that the Sega CD was the first way to experience an actual full song on a home console. They couldn't do it on the Super Nintendo. They couldn't do it on the Sega Genesis. You had to have a CD to be able to do that back then. To be able to fit that file size on there and get that CD quality sound. And they pulled it off and they made this gem. Now put yourself back in that 90s, back into the 90s, early 90s, and you're popping in Sonic CD and you're hearing this real life song with a real singer singing this like blow your balls off greatness. You're sitting there in your chair in the 90s. You pop in Sonic CD for the first time. You hear the theme song come on. And by pure instinct, an uncontrollable desire comes across you. You reach over. You're sitting in your chair. You reach over, you pick up your gun, and you just point it at your balls. And you're about to blow them off. You're just itching to pull the trigger. And the only thing that stopped you from blowing your own balls off was that the song ended. It was that good. And then you came back to your senses and said, oh man, that was a good song. If I listen to that again, I'm really going to blow them off this time. I just wasn't fast enough. I was so absorbed in the music. I was having trouble. I couldn't do two things at once. I'm trying to blow my balls off, but I'm also listening to this song. So guys, let's hook up this Sega CD and test her out. This is my very first time playing an actual real-life Sega CD. My very first time. I've never done it before in my entire life. Alright guys, Sega CD for the very first time. Supreme Warrior. Let's get started. Book 1 fire. I am going to get absolutely destroyed because this game is dang near impossible until you actually figure out how to play. I don't even know the buttons. And I know the button combinations are weird. It's not as simple as hitting A, B, and C. You gotta hit directional inputs with these buttons. There's special moves that you can eventually get in this game related to fire, earth, and air, I think was the third one, or wind. We're gonna skip the story, get right into the combat. Holy hell, we're fighting already. Holy heck. See, you can't just I'm kicking him, but that's not how the game works. You can't just punch and kick whenever you want. And you have to time your blocks as well. You can't just hold block. I know that much. Whoa, look at that friggin' punch combo. That's the first knockout. I think you can get knocked out
Clear your head. Remember what's at stake.
2 times, third time you're dead. I think that's how it works. Just want to hit him once.
Don't hold back.
I'm trying.
Get up. You can do better.
I think that's a push move, I think. Oh, come on. Just punch him. I got him. I got him once. Alright guys, let's play some Thunderstrike. What I love about this game is the beautiful pixel art. There was a sequel made for the PS1, but they tried to do 3D graphics. Info options. Oh, let's check out the controls. Easy mode for sure. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got throttle, select, and fire. Pretty simple. Yeah, I remember this. So you can select your level.
Abandoned sea pirates are operating in this area.
What else we got? Southeast Asia, Middle East, Eastern Europe convoy. Dang, these are cool. Alaska, Central America, Panama Canal, South America arms running. Let's try this South China Seas, like this water level.
Abandoned sea pirates.
Yeah, let's go. So there is an objective for every mission. You have to memorize what it is because you can't see it again. Whoops. Okay, I see. Switch. Okay, these are my weapons. Bottom left corner. That's standard machine gun.
Incoming bandit. Incoming missile.
Incoming missile. Uh-oh. That can't be good. Is this the advanced radar? Where's the incoming missile? I gotta fight that other helicopter, I think. Oh, I switched my weapon by mistake. I'm gonna shoot a missile at that other helicopter if I see him.
Bank right. You're on course. Incoming bandit.
Incoming bandit. Got my missile ready if I can ever find him. Oh, there's a tank. There he is. Son of a bitch. I'm supposed to be avoiding these guys, but it's too late now.
Incoming bandit.
I'm just gonna kill them all.
Incoming bandit.
Oh, there's a friggin' other helicopter after me. Maybe that's why they want you to stay out of the water. Oh, crap.
Incoming missile.
Incoming missiles. I'm not even on the correct island. I gotta get out of here.
You're on course.
Or maybe it is the right island.
Left. You're on course. Bank right.
I don't know where the island is. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm wasting all my good ammo trying to get this helicopter.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm trying. Oh, you gotta use the missiles for the helicopters. That was my problem. See? They all die in one hit with the missile.
That's right. You're on course.
Playing Batman Returns, the very best Batman Returns game. Very graphic death scene there. I believe that was Penguin that throws her off the roof and kills her. She's dead. Batman tries to save her. This happens in the Sega Genesis version as well. Wow. See, Nintendo wouldn't even put that on their console back in the day. Let's check out the buttons. It would tell us. Game type. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I think you could switch to just driving scenes. Driving only. Oh man, that's so cool. Platforming only. It's incredible. Training. No easy mode. Okay, A is fire. B is turbo. Okay, no, that's driving controls. Weapon, bomb, or jump. Okay, seems pretty basic. Look at that audio quality, man. Unbelievable. $1993. I think you're supposed to turbo. I'm just gonna try it. I'm only stopping the turbo to kill enemies, and then I'm turboing back up. So I didn't realize there was a time limit. I just sped past. Oh, I see. Okay, so you want to kill them because they'll catch up to you. You can't not kill these guys. Okay, doing pretty good this time. Got turbo on full force here. Nice. It's harder than it looks, guys. This is my 69th try here. Finally beat it. It's hard to turbo and shoot at the same time. Oh, look at this. Wasted a missile because I think it's the boss. Yeah, this definitely looks like a boss. He's got a little attack that he's shooting back. And if you get hit by it, I see it knocks you back. Alright, I'll just use up all my missiles then, buddy. Nice. That's all my missiles gone though, if that's not the boss. It's still going, I'm out of missiles. Alright, we're on try number 69 here. This is a very, very difficult boss because I'm not sure where his hitbox is. I think you have to get the tank here and then go for those things that pop out. So I think the tank is dead. Now we're on the arms here. That's what I think is going on. Yeah, here we go, here we go. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Although I am on fire here. So I myself will be dead soon. Oh! Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to collect over 9,000 games, on my way to obtaining over 9,000 subscribers. Got a long way to go, but yeah, we'll get there one day.